everybody. Please press the subscribe button if you like our videos. Today, we talk to a psychologist about the mental health of mothers and why it is important to address it right away. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to doctalk presented by House of Cure. Today is the sixth episode, and we are going to discuss the most important topic that no one has, I think, the topic that is the least discussed in this entire lockdown, per se. Hi, I'm Dr. Janvi Ganatra, founder of House of Cure, India's first medical co-working space. And today I am in conversation with Yuti Doshi, founder of Man Mantra Mental Health. Hi, Yuti.
Hi.
Do you want to say something about yourself?
Yeah, sure. As you rightly mentioned, I'm the founder of Man Mantra Mental Health. I'm a psychologist by profession from Mumbai, and I've been practicing since 5 years. And I'm really, really happy to be a part of your talk. Thank you so much for inviting me over.
Hi, Yuti. It is completely our pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule, considering the current times. And today's topic, thank you for acknowledging it also. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, the things that have not been discussed. We have discussed about mental health issues, about working people working from home. We have discussed mental health about children who can't go down, play, can't go to schools, but no one has ever discussed anything about mental health of mothers. Your mother, my mother, mothers in general, who have been the constant running force throughout our lives in general and throughout this lockdown, especially. Uh, the fatigue they face, the constant lack of space. That how can they cope with these things? Let's discuss with Yuti Doshi. Yuti.
Yeah, sure. So when we are talking about mental health of mothers, it's no different from mental health in general of everyone. It is just the only thing that separates this thing, mental health of mothers, is the prejudice and the myths about mothers. Mothers are superheroes, and mothers are supposed to be the good human beings, and mothers know it all, and so much pressure mothers deal with the entire day, right? So half the burden, half the stress, I think, stems from there only. So as soon as a woman becomes a mother, she's constantly scrutinized because she's supposed to know everything the moment she gives birth to a child. She should know breastfeeding, she should know what is good for the child, she should know what is bad for the child, she should know how to do parenting, she should know how to raise the child, she should know what to feed the baby, and she should also know how to take care of herself and her family and her husband and everything together. Plus, she should also know work-life balance and maintain the household and also her like performance at work. So basically, these ideas and these myths about mothers is something that has led to so many stressors in a woman's life.
So, Yuti, yeah, you are absolutely right about all these things. It's so a mother's role is so much under pressure all the time. So, why do you think mental health of mothers is important to discuss, even?
Well, as you said, it is the elephant in the room. We all see, like, since the last year, how many of us have seen our mothers slog like anything? They are like these engines, constantly from the time they wake, and even before the lockdown happened, they are the ones who wake up sabse pehle and sleep after everyone sleeps, right? So all these things, these are very subtle things. We don't notice them on a regular basis or appreciate them on a regular basis. But somewhere they are going through so much stress. Okay, the most common, I'll just name a few disorders that mothers go through, specifically which are for mothers, such as antepartum and postpartum depression.
Right.
We feel that, giving birth to a child, a woman experiences motherhood and she must be so happy. That's a myth. Not every mother is happy, totally happy. They go through so much, as I earlier said, there is so much stress with the whole process of giving birth, before and after. So that is there. They also go through addiction problems. They also go through depression, anxiety, and so many
Right.
other things. So that is why mental health of mothers, as you question why it is important to discuss, it is
Yeah.
important to discuss about a mother's mental health because it is never discussed before.
Never.
That's the
You're
whole
right.
point of discussing, right? We, as you said, we have spoken about children's mental, you know,
Yeah.
fathers and couples and relationships and senior citizens and everything. But
Right.
what about mothers and
Right.
women specifically, especially
Yeah.
married women? And in Indian scenario, it's a even little bit, even more difficult for women work at the same time, uh, be at home. Also, majority of our population is still household work, women,
Right.
homemakers,
Yeah.
and they are constantly working. So the common things that they go through is fatigue and
Right.
a lot of stress which they don't speak about. For them, it is normal. So
Yeah.
we
And
need
it's
to, I think,
expected out
bring
of them
about
in
that.
some way. No one ever says that,
Yeah,
oh, you are a mother, you should see a psychologist. No one ever says that. Or if you do see a psychologist, you are maybe looked down upon because, oh, you are not able to handle that stress. The basic things like waking up early and sleeping the last. Um, Me as a person or as a woman would not be able to imagine that. It is such a huge lifestyle change for um, someone like us from this generation, and to not acknowledge it is a mistake, because then this is a deep stem problem that you know shows up when you are 40, 50 maybe, and then other things are the symptoms to that, and you never go to the deep rooted problem that it began when things started changing and you did not acknowledge it. Also, as working people, we do look forward to weekends, the time that we can you know, just be ourselves, wake up late, maybe not have bath, maybe watch our favorite series. But when was the last time a mother had a Sunday? Maybe their Sundays used to be the weekdays when no one is at home and going to work. But I don't think that's happening during the lockdown because everyone is at home. And in fact, their workload has increased and they have not had an off in the longest time. We are talking about vacations and all that. I don't think that's even on their mind. So even basic things like how to survive every day is something that we should acknowledge and talk about. So why don't we talk about the effect of this lockdown on the mother's health?
so yes, as you rightly pointed out, their workload has increased, and right from cooking, doing laundry, even serving food, and then
Yeah,
when if maids are not allowed, then doing the dishes. Though many households like help women in the house, but majority do, and we have
yeah,
been conditioned that our boys shouldn't enter the kitchen, and
so
the
true.
whole patriarchal system has ruined it for women, I think, and because
Yeah,
of that, I have seen so many women develop psychosomatic disorders later on in life
right,
after their 40s, 50s. They also
right,
go through so much pain, so many hormonal changes at this
right.
age because their menstrual cycles also, and it's called menopause. Yeah. So
Yeah,
because of all of that, but still, who will make the food? Who will cook food? She has
yeah,
to do it. Just like
yeah,
that. And they are made they are also made to feel guilty if
yeah,
one day they don't do the work. So now it is such an automatic thing for them that if that this has happens with me too. If I do something that I have not done before, if I enter the kitchen, my mother will come and help me, even if
yeah.
I because they feel that, oh, this is something that
It
I
is.
should
This
do.
is my duty. Yeah, yeah,
So they are so much conditioned that I have to do these 20 things in the day. I have to do it, and now it's normal.
yeah,
So the way lockdown has impacted them, one is coming up with psychosomatic illnesses like extreme headaches, uh, pain in their knees. So many mothers go through knee pains, back
yeah.
pains,
They won't even complain about it.
diabetes,
Yeah.
yeah, blood pressure. Do you think each and every woman going through all of this, they have a biological reason for it? Most of them don't,
Right.
and they can't even, it's saying that it could be depression or saying that it could be stress is a taboo. They can't even say that,
Right.
or it is because of all the workload. no, no, workload नहीं है, ये तो मेरा काम है.
Right.
So
That lack of acknowledgement that they do need help, or they do need that day off or days off for that matter, is something that should be out in the room right now, and people should stop rubbing it under the rug like that every night or next day again start with the same thing. Uh, we being of a younger age, we being of a family to them, so called, we should at least acknowledge that there is something wrong here and there is something that has to be treated. So why don't we talk about how to cope with these things and how can they themselves help themselves, or how can other people around them help them?
right. So I have just made I will go to that. Coping. When it comes to coping for mothers, the first thing is communicating about your needs. You are taking care of the entire family. You are also cooking food. You are doing everything in the house, especially if you are a homemaker. Please, please, please communicate what you need.
Right.
Because you take care. I mean, if you want a new kurti, buy it. There are so many mothers who don't even buy new,
Yeah.
especially during the lockdown. It's like we don't even have to go anywhere. We don't want it. Don't do that. Buy whatever you want. It's not only about buying. If you want to rest, if you don't want to cook, or if you want to go down and take a walk, or if you want to meet your friends, just do it. Just communicate it in a nice way to your family that this is what I need today and this is what I won't be doing. I'm sure everyone will understand because nowadays families do understand. So
You're so
that is
right
one
on
thing.
that. Communication is the most important key. I think till they don't talk it out, no one in the house will mind read. Everyone talks it out. So it's not a new thing for you to talk it out and say it. The minute you say it, everyone understands what you feel. So you're so right
Yeah.
about it.
And actually, it's not even a fault. It's just that they're conditioned this way. They're brought up this way that हमें ही बोलना है. We are not supposed to express. But now is time. We have to learn because we
Right.
are going to be with each other 24 hours in the same house.
Right.
So that's one thing. And
Yeah.
once you start becoming more expressive about your needs, then comes being assertive.
Right.
Being assertive means being able to say no when you don't do something. This is such, and also being able to say yes when you want to,
Right.
without being rude or angry or respecting the person you're children, but also being able to say a yes or no. This is I think the biggest thing our mothers need to learn, being able to say no.
You're so right.
This is important on so many levels, right? They I have seen. I'm taking example of my mother, but I've seen so many mothers, especially in our culture, they just can't deny, even if it is a phone call. Even if they just can't like cut a phone call, they have to
Right.
pick it up. So
Yeah.
small things like these, they always put themselves behind, and the rest of the world, like this entire thing of being a caring or being a helping person, because of the prejudice that is formed, that a
Right.
mother is someone who cares about everyone. So I think this is something that needs to be broken. This whole
Yeah.
stigma
And the
of
fact that telling them that not answering a call during a personal space time, or not being the first one to reply on a family group, for example, is not
yeah,
caring. That will not be taken as a rude thing. That will not be taken as you being a bad mother. So if the faster you understand that, the easier you are on yourself, and the easier your family will feel around you, because even they are uncomfortable looking at you constantly being at your A game. It's humanly not possible. We all understand that. So I think it's time that you also acknowledge that it is not expected out of you. Then the lesser burden you feel, the happier, the cooler,
yes.
calmer person you will be.
So yeah, that's exactly, this is where anxiety also stems from, because
Yeah.
as you said, want to be the best caretaker in the house and
Yeah.
always want to be on the front. because of all these things, they are so anxious all the time.
Right. That's so true.
So this is very true. And it's years of conditioning. It won't change over a time, over a night. Like they're seeing our episode and now they change it. So the whole is
Right. That's never happening.
but there are different ways of doing it. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is one more way of coping. Another way of coping I would suggest to mothers, self-care.
Right.
Like you could just self-care is lighting a scented candle where you are working, or when you go to baths, use amazing smelling products.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing. You could just put what is this called? Oh, the
Bath
new
salt.
things that have come up. Bath salt, yeah, bath salt, and there are scents, and there are so many things.
Yeah.
Just simple things like that. Giving yourself, while washing your face, you just wash your face. Nobody is mindful. I mean,
Yeah.
ऐसे ही करते हैं student.
Yeah.
But just while washing your face, take a minute more and give yourself a massage with the same face wash that you use.
Yeah.
That's it. Just a simple thing like that. It will cheer you up. It will freshen you. So
I think looking
doing
at
small things for yourself.
I think looking at my house, I think I can tell my mother that, taking enough time to have bath is also self-care. You do not have to come out in 5 minutes. I think that's it's a undersaid thing, but I think that how sometimes we want to have bath for hours because we have had a stressful day. Same thing with them. You can take your time, take your time with yourself.
Yeah.
That's self-care, I think. And just an example by myself.
Yes, definitely. They think that if they spend too much time on themselves, like bathing, or even if they've gone outside
And just
to buy
relaxing. Yeah.
vegetables,
Yeah.
they are always on the run. They want to
Yeah.
finish everything very quickly. So
Yeah.
it's fine. If you've gone down to buy vegetables, take 5 more minutes, take a round, and
Take
then
a
come
stroll.
back.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Engage with yourself. Have that me time. Relax. I mean, if you don't do one task, it's fine. Nothing is going to change. So
Right.
that is one thing. Another thing, it was time management. Now, this is also one myth that mothers should know how to manage their entire house. Every mother is not that way. Every mother doesn't. Every
Yeah.
mother doesn't even like doing it. It
Right.
is automatically understood that every mother loves cooking, and they are all good at it. It's not that's not the truth. I mean, if I was a homemaker, my house would be a mess.
Right.
And this is a reality with a lot of mothers. And because of this, they are looked down upon. "तुम्हें कुछ आता ही नहीं." But this is something that she doesn't like. So,
But she must
but
be good
still,
at
if you
something
are
else.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but if you are a homemaker and you are doing things, try to manage your time or just set a to-do list for the day that okay, this is what I have to do. I have to finish my cooking till 11 a.m. I have to do this. I have to do this. These are the 4 5 important tasks that I am supposed to do today. And then see where you are getting half an hour at least for yourself and
Right.
what you want to do at half. Because managing your time, because what happens, we are so, it's now automated. Wake up, brush करना है, कुकर चढ़ाना है, फिर ये करना है, फिर वो करना है. It's every day is the same, and
Right.
because of that, there's burnout, there is stress.
Right.
They feel that their life has no meaning.
Right.
The meaning you have to find as a person,
It's
as
on.
an
Yeah.
individual.
So true. Right.
So taking that charge is important. Our mothers are taught to not take charge.
Hmm.
They're supposed to do what the described job description that is
Generations have
given to
been
them.
doing. Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, you're not supposed to do whatever you want
Yeah.
and just take that some time out for yourself. That is
Right.
really important. At least we can start with these small steps.
Right. Okay. And how do you think people around them can help in all these things, or help at least understand that you can cope up with this, and this is something that you do not need to do every day? We do not expect this out of you. No one expects this out of you. why don't you take some time for yourself? How can people around them help you?
By doing exactly like what you told me to your mother, and I can just have a conversation, sit with them. They might initially not even uh, listen to you.
Right.
They would be like, "Are you? Have you lost your mind? Who will do? Who will do all this then? If I don't do, who will do?" So they might. So you can discuss roles
Right.
in the house. That yes, we understand these are your roles, but we want to contribute and be genuine. I mean, you can't start doing everything from tomorrow. You have
Just
also, as
promise
a
things
child
that you
or
can
anyone
do. Yeah.
who is watching,
Yeah. Right.
at least set realistic roles for yourself. That okay, I will fold the bed sheets or I will
Right.
make the bed every day. You can take care of other things. And in the afternoon, I will at least wind up after lunch and you can
Yeah.
do other things. Very simple
Right.
things. However, it happens in your family, but very small things. Why not? So discussing what that telling your mother verbally that mom, I want to help and I think uh, these are the things I can do. So let's start dividing. Worry about everything. I think 50% of the stress will be reduced there,
Right.
right? The next thing that everyone in the house can do, even the husband or the family members or children, or even if it's a joint family, is appreciate the women who are working like anything
Machines. Yeah.
throughout the day. Yeah, they wake up, breakfast. Breakfast is over, prepare for lunch. That is over, prepare for evening breakfast. That is over, prepare for dinner. That is over, prepare for next day.
Next day.
They're constantly working. So at least every day or at least once in a week, have a day where they don't have to think and maybe someone else cooks in the house.
Right.
Or you know, or like organize certain activities where they can also be involved and play games. So they also feel that,
Right.
sometimes women end up feeling like this, that they are just in the house to work. And
Yeah.
we don't want to make them feel like that. I'm sure every mother must have said this. "मैं तो यहाँ सिर्फ, I am here to only work."
Yeah.
And this is what they really feel, and this impacts their self concept, their self esteem. What do
Right.
they think of themselves?
Yeah. It's
So I
deeper
think,
than it sounds. You're right.
yeah, we should take time, appreciate the work they are doing,
At
and
least
this is
in minimum, say
appreciating.
thank you in the day. At least that. I think they do all this only to listen to little nice words from you. If you can say at least that, everyone. I think.
They just want 5 minutes of your attention of time,
Yeah.
acknowledging that hey, I really like what you do. It will
Yeah.
make their day. So just taking time to acknowledge your wife
Right.
or your wife. The next thing is checking in with your mother's health, physical and mental.
Right. So important.
She's there in the kitchen all day. I mean, we don't even bother to walk till there and see what's going on, because maybe we are working as well, right? We are also doing our thing. We understand. I mean, I understand all of that,
Mm.
but at the end of the day, just asking, so
Mm.
how are you feeling right? She might be stressed. She might have
Mm.
also heard about her friends falling sick, or someone
So true.
dying, or
Yeah. Mm.
so
She
much.
can't even discuss it.
And so just checking in with her, genuine. Let me check how you're feeling. That's it. Just sitting with
Right.
her 5 minutes. Because what happens is at the end of the day, she's so tired that now mothers also, the internet usage, WhatsApp, Facebook, it has increased. Parents are
Yeah.
using social media more than us
Right.
because they don't know what else to do. And I think this is where our role comes in, where we can ask them to use screen time while we reduce ours. It
So
helps
true.
both ways, right?
So true. We all
And
know the side effects
even
of increased screen time. That is the same for mothers too. You're right. Mm.
and since they're learning and it's new for them, it's entertainment for them, and somewhere they are also getting half information, false information, maybe just entertainment, whatever it is, but it is hampering their eyes, it is
Hmm.
hampering their functioning. So maybe we can take out some time and sit with them, give them actual information which they need to know about the vaccine, of how to book for a vaccine, or things like that.
Right, right. Basic things. I know what you're saying. It comes from
Yeah.
basic things like how do you do this? How do you do this? We ignore it, but of course they feel left out, I think, which is why they ask you these things. So yeah, at least taking some time out to at least explain to them is the least you
Or
can
watching a movie together, or
do. So true.
teaching them how to change their DP,
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. Smallest of things. Right.
So these small things matter at the end of, because what every small thing they do matters. Just imagine one day if the clothes are not washed and you want to wear that for your meeting next day or two, what would
So true.
happen? You would burst out
Yeah.
saying, "Arey, why is it not washed?" So
And you will burst out on your mother only. There's no one else who you'll blame for this. So I don't know why
exactly.
it was an unsaid thing that the clothes are going to be washed by my mother only. Who said that? Who set these rules? I don't understand. But yeah, you're right.
But since nobody is proactive about taking household responsibilities, mothers then have to take it up, because what happens is they are conditioned. They हमारा तो work from home है, so we are supposed to do all this, and we have so much work.
Hmm.
How can we do housework also? No,
Hmm.
it is like that. And mothers also assume that okay, it is my responsibility only. So maybe
Yeah.
we can just tell her one day and start doing it instead of telling that okay, I'll do, or I'll just
Right.
at least put the clothes for drying overnight.
Right. Minimum. Right. Okay. So
So
I think
that's so
yeah, we've
basically helping.
yeah.
Yeah. And also one last thing is gender roles. It's not about girls or boys. Boys also can enter the kitchen. All households don't have daughters, right? So I have seen a lot of boys helping their mothers, and that's a great thing. But even husbands, even elder uh, men can help their wives or mothers. I think getting rid of these gender roles, this is the right time to do.
Yeah.
So just because you are a boy or a male and you have never done it, it's fine. You might not do it right the first time, but all that matters is you're helping the woman house who
Yeah.
is loaded with so much work. So just contributing. But
Yeah. I think this message goes out to at least the young boys who I know are seeing that they can help, but as soon as they get up to help, someone tells them, "Oh, this is not your job. Get up, do it. You know it's wrong, and you know that you have to do it. If you don't say it right now, you will not. There will never be a change in the society." Like Yuti, you rightly told me in the beginning of the conversation, mothers are the makers of man. So that's where mom comes from, like you said. So you are made by her. If you help her, you are not going to be a smaller figure. So please do. That's the least you can do. I think with that, we can summarize this conversation. And why don't you give us some take home messages about what you just discussed by like the issues they face, how they cope, and how family members can help you?
okay, so one message, I might sound
Right,
very women oriented or something, but we need to break these stereotypes about women doing certain things
right.
or women doing so many things. And I don't know about men roles, but I think what the message that I'm trying to give is break the stigma
Okay.
around mother roles, and break the stigma about even mental health of mothers. That's what I say. I mean, encourage mothers to talk about their own feelings, encourage them to express that they're sad, or be empathetic towards your mothers. Yeah.
Okay. I think it was a great conversation, a great eye opener. Thank you so much, Yuti, for taking time out for this conversation today and wishing all the mothers in your life a very happy Mother's Day too. And everybody, all the viewers, a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Happy
And
Mother's
take care.
Day, and thank you so much, Dr. Janki, for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Yuti. Have a nice day.